This is a solution for your numerical or electricals numericals that I have given in the test mock test. So I'm going to send you a WordPad one page like WordPad documents that will have only question that will be like serially from question number 1 to 25. This question needed solution, I think, and rest of all are very basic. That is okay for you. So next, I will just go for only solution. If you want to, you have to refer that document that I will send on group for the question. So like first question, if I will take, so first question is saying, let me just change the color. So first question, they are saying like find the current I through a resistor of resistance R. This is very basic. So R value is given as 2 ohm, and the next thing is V value is given as 6 volt. So Ohm's law, as per Ohm's law, you know already. So V is equal to IR. If you have to find I, so V by R, that is equal to 6 by 2. If you cut like 3 ampere. So always you take care of this unit. This is very important. Standard unit, because sometimes 0.3 amperes they will give, like 30 amps they will give, so that will confuse you. 3 milliampere will be. So what is happening when you see 3 is coming, just put this one answer correct. Okay, that will make you to lose marks, so avoid that thing. So first question is over, that is answer is 3 amperes. Okay, so next we will go for the previous question. Next question, so I will use a eraser. The very next question in that document is, in the circuit below, resistance R1 and R2 are in series. First one, you have to just take care of the words what they are using. They are using series. First of all, you should know in series what is happening. Resistance value are resistance in series, so R will be is equal to R1 plus R2. V will be differing, that will differ, and that I value will be same. So this thing if you know, you can solve the problem easily, no issue. Now what they are saying, the R1 value they already given you. What is the R1 value? R1 value they have given you 5 ohms, and R2 value they have given you 10 ohms. Okay, so the voltage across resistors R1 is value. So voltage drop also, voltage drop, that is V R1, they have given you 4 volt. Now they are asking find the current passing through resistor R2. They are telling to find IR2 value, and also they are saying to voltage VR2 value. How you will find this one? This is a big question. Now what you have to do is, first of all, what you have to do, you have to take a Ohm's law. What they are saying, V is equal to I R, and as we know that current value in series will be same. So whatever current value I will find for the resistance R1, the same will be for resistance R2. Now for R1 case, what is given, V is equal to IR. For R1 case, if you find I is equal to V by R, and the same thing what is happening, they are giving you 4. Well, volt is 4, they have already given you volt is 4. Now resistance they have given you 5 ohms. Okay, when you solve this, this will come like 0.8 amps value. So this will be the answer, 0.8 amps current. So this will be is equal to 0.8 value. Now the thing is VR2 is differing. I told you this is differing. So what is happening, VR2 value. So for finding VR2 value, what you have to do, V is equal to VR2 is equal to IR again. I you know 0.8 value, and resistance value given is 10. Okay, so you have to find this one like this, 10. This will come like 80 volt, right? 80 sorry, that will come like a 8 volt. It will come a 8 volt. So this will be your answer. So I will show you this type of question only they are asking in synergy. This is very basic question. They will ask you on Ohm's law only. Okay, so next we will go for the next question. So actually the thing is why I am giving some toughest questions, so that you can clear your concept in this free time. But actually in synergy they will ask you very basic question. One graph question was there, like as you remember, like one graph is there and there's a coordinate 0 is to 0. Okay, 0 is to 0, and here some point they are passing, and that is intercepting at 1 comma 10. So we will take this one x1 comma y1, we will take this 1 comma 10 as equal to x2 comma y2. Okay, and the values of voltage and resistance are x and y axis. Now as we know that slope, if we find the slope of this line, slope of this 2 point of intersection, we will get a resistance value. So slope of line will give you a resistance value. As you know, the basic maths, whatever you say, straight lines and geometry, straight line and those coordinates geometry you all learned in class 12 and 11. So that will give you resistance. So slope with a two coordinates will give you m is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So as you can see here, y2 minus y2 y1 and x2 minus x1. So you have to remember this one, this is very important. And the next thing I will say, you have to put this y2 y1 x2 x1 value from here. So what is the y2 value, can you just say me? Y2 value is 10 minus 0 and comma, and x1 value x2 value is 1 comma 0. So 10 by 1 will give you a 10 only. So the 10 ohms will be the answer. Okay, so we will go for the next question. So in each video I will cover 10 question, because otherwise that video will take much time. So 3 question, 10 question, 10 question I will cover, another 10 or 5 question in next video. So we will go for the fourth question. Fourth question, what they are saying, fourth question they are saying like impedance in a particular circuit. Just point out the word impedance. Impedance is nothing but resistance only. Why they are using a impedance word? Because this will have, for a circuit, resistance, inductor and capacitor will keeps out one circuit, single circuit. So if you calculate the restriction to flow of current within the resistance, within the inductor and the capacitance, so combine these three value, if you take, that is that restriction to flow or resistance is termed as impedance in alternating current. So as they show, impedance of a particular circuit is 20 ohm. So impedance they are showing you how much value is 20 ohms. So that is nothing but your R value, keep in mind like that. Okay, and then they are saying the current of 10 amperes. So I value they have given you 10 milliamperes. Focus on this type of question because they are confusing with you the units. So milliampere, just to convert this to 0.01 ampere, right? 0.01 amperes. The next one is that always you should convert any of the given value to its standard unit. So we are having I value, standard unit is amps. Now what we can do is next they have given okay, 10 amperes flowing through the same circuit. What will be the RMS value? Don't confuse with this type of word. RMS value is nothing but that the value that that voltmeter or any meter is measuring. Okay, root mean square value recorded by a voltmeter when it's connected across the load. Okay, so voltmeter they are asking, so voltmeter is measuring volts only, so that is a EMF. Volt is equal to IR value. Resistance they have given you 20 ohms. I value they give 0.01, so is equal to, it will give you a how much, 0.02, 0.2. Wait a minute, have to convert like something that is there. So 0.2, I value is given as 10 milliamperes, right? Sorry, this is actually I value is something different. I have taken another question. So I value they have given you 10 amperes directly in amperes value. 10 amperes they have given you 10 amperes, and then what is happening, we are having a R value here. So R value is nothing but 20 ohms. Okay, so 20 ohms 20 ohms will be there. So 20 ohms already you are having here, so just remove this one and put here 10 amperes. So we put 10 amperes here, so this will give you a 200 volt. So that if you convert it into a kilovolt, 0.2 kilovolt. Why I'm converting is because in option you are having like 0.2 kilovolt, so that will be the right answer for this. So the very next question we are having, like, in a three-phase system, so why they are using this word three-phase system? Always, just if they are using some particular word, then there is reason behind that. So three-phase system, you should always know in power value in three-phase system, in single-phase system is equal to P is equal to V into I. But in three-phase system, what is happening? Your power is equal to root 3 times of V into E. So now, if you know this concept, you will not get confused while solving this question. So in three-phase system, a current of 10 milliamperes flowing through electrical apparatus. So current value they are showing you 10 milliamperes. So you have to convert into amperes, standard 0.01 amps value you are having. Now the next they are saying with electromotive force. Electromotive force, then again some of you will confuse. So but you should know electromotive force, that is EMF, nothing but a voltage drop. So that is the V value. V value they have given you how much? 100 volts. 100 volts, that is standard unit, no need to convert this one. Now they have given you this thing. Next they are asking how much power is consumed by the electric heater. So P, if you calculate P is equal to root 3 into V into I, which is equal to root 3 into 100 into 0.01, which is equal to root 3, 100 into 0. How much it will come? 100. If you take decimal, okay, it is root 3 will come. Root 3 watt will come. But in options you are having like you are having directly 1 watt, 10 watt, 10 kilowatt, this thing, and one none of these option is there. So this will be your answer. So next question, what they are saying? Next question they are saying 3 electric bulbs rated 220 volts, each 10 watts, 20 watts, 30 watt respectively, connected in parallel. So always remember, parallel, whatever you are having connection in your home, that is parallel. As you see, if you take a 20 watt bulb, that will give you uh, brighter light, and if you take a 10 watt bulb, it will give you lesser light, like something. So always to solve this type of question, whenever you see they're saying 3 electric bulbs rated 220 volts of 10 watts, 20 watts, 30 watts respectively, connected in parallel. So in parallel, just you note like this, that will just you put a note on a paper, parallel. Okay, parallel they are given. Next one, and the current through a circuit is 10 ampere. Okay, 10 ampere, 10 amps. Now you will think current value they have given, I have to solve, I have to take out the resistance drop, resistance value, I square R drop. This all things you have to take out, then you have to make a conclusion that which one give you the brighter light. So I will give you a key point. In parallel, which one is having higher rated voltage, higher rated watt, power rated bulb? Like in this question we are having 30 watt, this will give you a brightest light. So no need to solve. When you see 30 watt option, you have to click. In case if they are giving you in series, then that in that case you have to find out resistance, power, all those things, resistance drop, all those things, then you can conclude to which one give you a light, brighter light. So for that, if you want, I will make another video. This will take a lot of time. So this type of question they are already asked in K-line before 2 years. From last 2 years they are not asking. So maybe this can be asked in synergy also. So I will make another video in that. If not, you on YouTube there's a lot of video on this, you go and just refer that. So the next question is, a power demand in engine room is 15,000 watts. On engine room on board ship, there is a power demand of 15,000 watt. Now, if consider conventionally electrical current, whatever voltage is generated on board ship is 440 volt. They are saying demand, okay, demand they are saying. So demand is how much? 15,000 kilowatt, 15,000 watt. Next, they are saying if considered conventionally, electricity generated on ship is 440 volts. So volt is equal to 440 volt, as we know. On board ship, we are having three-phase supply. Assuming a resistance of 1 ohm, R is equal to 1 ohm. That is not possible, but we are assuming this one. Now, hence, in order to deliver the 15,000 watts that the consumer needs, what they are saying, if you are generating 15,000 watts, and this is a transmission line, and this is a load, this is a load. So what is happening here? There is some losses during the transmission. So we have to, that losses is I square R, drop loss. Now we will find this losses. So that is nothing but power loss is equal to I square R. But the thing is that we I square R we can find. So P is here. Okay, P is here. P power we know, and I square we will put like where is that? Sorry, we will not take this formula. What we will do, we know that P is equal to V into I. P is equal to V into I. Already we are having 15,000 watts here, and volt you are already having 440 volts, and into current value you have to find out. So I is equal to 15,000 divided by 440. Is it okay? Now what is happening, if you divide this one, so you will be getting a value of uh, I value as a 34.09. so we'll take nearly as a 34. Okay, 34 amps. Now what I am saying is 34 amps. Now loss is I square R. Okay, loss is I square R. If you want to find this loss, what you have to do, put this value. I value you have find 34 square into resistance is 1. So 34 square will give you a value around 1159 watts. So this much is a loss. 1159 is a loss. So now consider, if I will give this 15,000 kilowatt here, and this will be the loss, then here how much power is available? The power available is around 13,840 watts. So is this load will work efficiently? It is not possible. So what I will do, if I will generate this much more power, if I am generating 15,000, if I will generate 15,000 plus this loss 1159 watts, this much more, that will be 16159 watt. So while reaching from here to load, the final power available will be 15,000 watts. So no problem to run this load. It will run efficiently. So what is the conclusion? Is we have to generate this much power more, so this much power more, so that finally it will reach 15,000 here. So we will generate 16,159 watts. So in option you are having more than 16 watt 16 kilowatt. Okay, if you convert, this one will come 16.159 kilowatt. So next question we are having, we will go for the next question. They are saying a motor possesses a turning force of 10 MPa. Turning force is nothing but torque. So what is happening? Turning force, and the tachometer is a measuring instrument which is used to find out the speed. So both value they have given. So turning moment, so I will consider is a torque value. So T value is equal to 10 Newton meter. No need to convert. Because this is already in standard terms. Now they have given a RPM value. RPM, that is nothing but N is equal to given as 1500. Now for a rotational power, we know that P is equal to 2 pi NT by 60. Now thing is that here they are saying pony brake. Pony brake is nothing but, you already seen your electrical lab, there is a one belt driven, like this is shaft, and there is a belt driven like this. You are having some meter this motor is rotating. Okay, this time pony brake, you are having electrical lab on your sideways, you can see that is used to measure a power. So 2 pi 2 into 3.14 into n value is 1500 and your t value is 10 and divided by 60. If you solve this thing, if you solve this one, this will come nearly 1500 1570 watts. Okay, that will be your option. So if you find out the next question, they are saying the mechanical grinder in a Galileo on board ship consume power of 1492 watts. So power they have given you, P is equal to galley grinder is equal to 1492. So this is in watts they consuming. Now they are saying that find in HP the value. So 1 HP we already know, which is equal to 746 watt. So we will divide this by 746, that will give you around 2 HP. That will be the answer. So go for the next question. They are saying a synergy office at Chennai uses 3 numbers of 100 watt rated condition. First we will consume whole power consumption. So 3 number AC, each 1000 watt. So that is equal to 3 into 1000, which is equal to 3000 watt. And lift pulley of 500 watt, that is equal to 5000 watt. So 5000 watt. Now they are saying other appliances we are having a 2 kilowatts, that is nothing but a 2000 watt. So finally if you 2000 watt, if you combine this all, this will give you 10,000 watt consumption is there. And in monthly they have given you monthly hour, they have given hours is 300 hours. For 300 hours in a monthly basis they are using all these equipments or all these apparatus. So as we know, one electrical unit is equal to kilowatt hour. So if you convert this into kilowatt, so 10,000 divided by 1000 will give you 1000. This will give you 10 kilowatt. So we can, in this kilowatt you can put 10 into hour is 300. So that will give you 300. Okay, for 3000. 5 6 7 8 9 10, sorry, 1 10 1 2 3 1000 will cut, 10 kilowatt will come, 1300 10 kilowatt into 300. Now 3000 is km electric unit. Okay, 3000. Now 1 unit they have given you a cost. For 1 unit is the cost is 10 rupees. So multiply this 3000 into 10, which is equal to 30,000 rupees. This is your option. And next all 15 more is there. I will explain you in the next video. Till then, thank you, be safe.